And let's begin with breaking news that's coming in this hour. Sources telling us here on India Today that the governor could soon call for a floor test in the assembly. Sources also say that Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray wanted to resign from his post, and he wanted to resign on social media twice, but on both occasions Sharad Pawar intervened and convinced him against the move. So Uddhav Thackeray perhaps realizes it's game over and reportedly wanted to resign twice. He was stopped by Sharad Pawar. And now the Shinde Sena also moving in for the kill. They're all set to approach the governor and also could be seeking a floor test, knowing full well that the numbers are stacked in their favor. The fact that Uddhav Thackeray also has now reportedly offered to resign twice, but Sharad Pawar stopped him from doing so, speaks volumes of where Uddhav Thackeray believes, or what chances Uddhav Thackeray believes he really has at this point. Now, what we're hearing is that the governor very soon could call for floor test in the assembly, and that's when it comes down to the numbers, which at this point are very clearly with Eknath Shinde, with the Shinde camp. And Uddhav Thackeray has been reduced to the teens. The number of MLAs on his side is just about 15 to 16 currently. Sources telling us here on India Today that the Chief Minister wanted to resign twice. Remember, he's down with COVID, so he actually wanted to make a very public announcement on social media. On both occasions, ally, the NCP, Sharad Pawar, stepped in and said, don't do it. Mustafa Sheikh is joining us live with more details on this. Mustafa, tell us what you've picked up. Reportedly, Uddhav Thackeray wanted to resign twice. Sharad Pawar has stopped him. But what this clearly indicates is that Uddhav realizes he doesn't have the numbers. This can't go on.
Well, yes, that's one of the things, Akshata, that whatever happenings have taken place in the past 1 week in Maharashtra, one thing is clear is that Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi does not enjoy the majority it used to enjoy at some point of time. That is very much clear. Now, the other important thing is how will BJP form a government? So that's the other question. So if you look at this entire cases, what sources are telling us is that Uddhav Thackeray was indeed at that point of time very emotional. He, after his Facebook address, had left his official residence Varsha even when he was COVID positive and came to his residence Matushri in Bandra. So he also wanted to give in this seat. So basically he wanted to make it clear that it was never about him, or he didn't want to be Chief Minister. It was not his ambition. It's just that it was a timing of such which has taken place. But as the things stand now, if you look at it, Maharashtra Assembly, what the BJP sources are telling us is that they are confident that the government will be formed. They are also saying that before 11th of July, when the next hearing in the Supreme Court takes place, there is a likelihood of a floor test happening in the Maharashtra Assembly, and that is where the MVA government will fall. What they are telling us is that there are 39 MLAs of Shiv Sena who are with the Eknath Shinde camp. If, for example, they abstain from voting, then BJP has the numbers. BJP is the larger party. BJP has support from more independent MLAs. 10 independent MLAs from Guwahati can come and also vote. So this is something which the BJP is calculating at this point. What remains to be seen is that when does that floor test happen? Will it be Eknath Shinde who will be approaching the governor? Will it be BJP, or governor will be taking a suo motu action and asking Uddhav Thackeray that there is your majority is in question, you come on the floor of the house and prove your majority. We'll have to wait and see how these things progress. Back to you.
Let's put that point across also to Paulami Saha. Mustafa, stay with us. Paulami Saha is reporting live from Guwahati. Paulami, what's the Shinde camp's next move? Are they going to move in for the kill? Are they going to be requesting the governor to order a floor test?
Oh, absolutely, Akshata. This is exactly what they were waiting for, this window. The disqualification notice was the only thing that was stopping them from, in fact, moving in and going and forward to break ties with the MVA alliance. Basically, what they've been saying, that NCP and Congress is not the coalition that we should be a part of, the parties that we should be going forward with. It is the Bharatiya Janata Party. The disqualification notices against 16 rebel MLAs was the only thing in their way, because eventually, if there was to be a floor protest and 16 of them stood disqualified, then the numbers on their side would immediately dwindle and this entire exercise would have gone to a complete waste. So now that there is a stay on those disqualification proceedings, what they're going to do is they're going to approach the governor and withdraw their support to the Maha Vikas Aghadi government, which will then compel the governor to call for a floor test and ask Uddhav Thackeray to prove his majority and his government's majority on the floor of the House. That they hope will be unlikely, given that as many of them, 48 at the moment, are outside the MVA camp. They would hope that the government force and eventually BJP and this faction could come together, BJP supported by some independents on their side as well, and then prove that they have more than the halfway mark in the Legislative Assembly of Maharashtra, which is 143, and then stake claim to form government, Akshita.
You know, you look at the numbers, Mustafa, you look at the numbers, it's clearly, there's no way at this point that Uddhav Thackeray can pull off any sort of a miracle. It's well beyond that. The Supreme Court also hasn't provided him any relief. So it makes sense that actually he was thinking about resigning on social media. The question will be, why did Sharad Pawar really stop him? Is Pawar going to now directly intervene in what he referred to as an internal Shiv Sena crisis all along?
Well, we'll have to, understand this entire thing, because now we are hearing from sources that this has happened. We are not sure whether Uddhav Thackeray or Sharad Pawar in public domain have not said that something like this has happened. And secondly, you were rightly saying that the numbers are in favor of the BJP, of Eknath Shinde. But unless and until it happens, what maybe Sharad Pawar is trying to do is to bring it to fight till the last lap. That's what they were trying to do. Now, for example, if the floor test is ordered, there is a no confidence motion moved and a floor test is called upon. It is very much likely that the Shiv Sena will move Supreme Court and challenge this floor test. So these are things which are yet to happen, and maybe Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray, be it Congress, they are also saying that wherever till the time it's possible we will give a fight, we will not give in the resignation through away the government. This is what they are saying, because they are also understanding the situation is volatile. For example, if you understand, if you look at the MLAs, the 39 MLAs of the Shiv Sena who are in Guwahati, what we are given to understand is that they are also getting restless as the days are passing by. If there is nothing, there is no move taken by Eknath Shinde camp, that they don't know for how long they will have to stay in Guwahati, and also now that their ministerial portfolios which have been removed. So these are some things which put the MLAs at unease, and that's why it looks like that something soon will happen. But yes, MVA Maha Vikas Aghadi at this point of time doesn't look like they are giving in, they are resigning. They would take it till the last time.